family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident.
CBS's Scott McFarland.
11,000 tips came in. All that video was released, and a couple key takeaways from what the governor said when he was answering questions about the video and about the case, that we do not have information that will lead to any more arrests. Not the most declarative statement I've ever heard, ruling out the possibility of more arrests or more people being considered culpable in this, but saying right now that this is the one person responsible for this murder.
Correspondent Carter Evans has been following the investigation.
Authorities have a tremendous amount of evidence linking him to this crime. Of course, they have the gun. They have all of this video evidence. I would presume at this point they've probably got fingerprints and DNA. FBI Director Kash Patel mentioned how they had flown that evidence back to Quantico to be tested right away.
CBS's Natalie Brand at the White House says the development is a relief for people who were close to Kirk.
I just can't overstate just the grief that has overtaken the White House this week. And, you know, the president giving more details about when he learned about the shooting, and also confirming this morning that he will attend Kirk's funeral in Arizona.
President Trump said this morning he will deploy the National Guard to Memphis. Shelby County Mayor Lee Harris is not on board.
We know that the City Council, County Commission have a right to ask for the National Guard to be deployed. That hasn't happened. So no reason to bring them. We know the governor also has a right to bring the National Guard to town, and so we're asking the governor to reconsider.
Well, General Motors has closed a facility in Warren, Michigan after 2 positive tests for Legionnaire's disease. CBS News Detroit's Sandra Ali.
The building will stay closed until at least Monday, September 22nd. GM says Macomb County health officials have not identified the building as the source, but they closed it out of an abundance of caution. Legionnaire's is a severe form of pneumonia. It's caused by a bacteria found in water systems.
Sounds of celebration in Brazil after the country's Supreme Court sentenced former President Jair Bolsonaro to more than 27 years in prison. He was convicted of attempting a coup to remain in power after his election loss. Wall Street, right now the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 180 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Coming up, we'll have a price tag that's pretty big for the Link Light Rail. But first, let's get right to KIRO News Radio traffic. There is a crash in Kitsap County on the northwest corner of Bremerton on northbound 3. It's approaching Kitsap Way. Prepare for some delays. There is a backup just over 2 miles. Other drive times look pretty normal for a Friday. Renton to Bellevue about 30. Linwood to Seattle about 35. Traffic is brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. The price tag to build Link Light Rail service between West Seattle and downtown has leapt to a staggering $800 million in just the past year. KIRO News Radio's Warren Hake has the latest.
From $7.1 billion to as high as $7.9 billion. The new figure is based on revised construction and property acquisition costs. Seattle City Council President Sarah Nelson tells KIRO News Radio,
I am extremely concerned that we are not going to be able to fulfill our commitment to the voters who voted for Sound Transit 3 precisely because of the Ballard and West Seattle extension.
The 4.2-mile West Seattle line is set to open in 2032. Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
3 people were stabbed outside a bar in Tacoma overnight. KIRO 7 TV reports it happened just after closing time around 2 this morning outside the Dive Lounge. Police say a fight broke out and someone pulled a knife. 3 people were hurt, but their injuries are not life-threatening. The suspect was arrested at the scene. There is a bench warrant out right now for a man who skipped his sentencing in a deadly hit-and-run. Ryan Grems pleaded guilty to killing Lance Medler in a crash near Tacoma just last year. The News Tribune reports he was supposed to be sentenced Wednesday morning, but he never showed up. His attorney says Grems went to the emergency room the night before and had trouble getting to court. The judge gave him more time, but he still did not appear. Now there's a warrant out for his arrest. No bail will be accepted. In Pierce County, deputies are investigating a shooting and a standoff at 129th Avenue Court East and South Hill. That's near Puyallup. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Deputies found a 48-year-old man with a single gunshot wound lying in the street, then tracked the suspected shooter to a nearby home where he barricaded himself inside. Pierce County Deputy Carly Capetto tells us what happened next.
He was non-compliant for at least 2 hours. He finally did come out of the house, and that was after we've had SWAT arrive on scene.
Investigators don't know exactly what led to the shooting. The victim is in stable condition. In South Hill, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
And the Mariners continuing their hot streak last night with a walk-off win against the Anaheim Angels in the 12th inning.
Here comes the throw. Polanco steaming home. He slides. He's safe as the Mariners win. And for the second night in a row, it's extra inning magic.
That magic has led the M's to a 6-game winning streak. Tonight, the Mariners take on the Angels again at T-Mobile Park. First pitch is at 7:10. You can catch the action on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. And this weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine with highs in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 65 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
When you hear the call, you got to get it underway.
Good morning, everybody. It is Fresh Fridays here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Fresh Friday, September 12th. Ursula, good morning to you.
Good morning. It is a big day in the news. You probably heard by now that a 22-year-old man is now jailed in connection with the murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. We're going to bring you all the new details on that in our top stories. But coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, G, we have decided to do something different with the show today. We are going to be opening our phone lines to all of you because we count on you to have so many of the answers, and we want to know what you think in terms of where do we go from here. Yesterday, if you heard our conversation, it was raw, very emotional, and G, you came to the conclusion that you thought we can never bridge this divide.
Right.
And I have always felt like I think there is a way. Mm-hmm. And I think the answer lies with all of you listening right now. It lies with all of us here working in the studio. So we want to explore that.
Okay.
And we're going to make ourselves very vulnerable. This is not going to be a perfectly scripted show. I'm just going to apologize now right from the get-go that this is going to be a very vulnerable show. But I think the answer lies within all of us. So our text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. 888-973-5476 is also the number you will call coming up in the 10 o'clock hour.
All right. Let's get to it. Ursula's top stories of the day, brought to you by Bath Fitter Northwest.
And there has been a major development this morning in the manhunt for Charlie Kirk's killer.
We got him.
The suspect in custody is 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. He was arrested just 33 hours after the shooting following a massive manhunt that generated more than 7,000 public tips. But investigators say it was Robinson's own family who helped crack the case. His father had reportedly seen all the pictures and recognized his own son. And he reportedly urged Tyler to turn himself in and also contacted a youth pastor who was a U.S. Marshals task officer who ended up contacting law enforcement. Here is Utah Governor Spencer Cox.
Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
Now, Robinson's roommate had also told authorities that Tyler had shared messages on the platform Discord about stashing a rifle and scope after firing the shot that killed Kirk.
The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact, Tyler, also mentioned that he had changed outfits.
Now, detectives had recovered the weapon that they believe was used in the murder, and they say there were anti-fascist and video game-related messages written on the fired casing and 3 unfired bullets found in the rifle that was allegedly used in that shooting. Robinson is now in the Utah County Jail, and despite the president's claims that the radical left is to blame for Charlie Kirk's death, Governor Cox emphasized today that there is only one person responsible.
We need more moral clarity right now. I hear all the time that words are violence. Words are not violence. Violence is violence. And there is one person responsible for what happened here. And that person is now in custody and will be charged soon and will be held accountable.
You know, Ursula, I know you had a plan on what you were going to start talking about, and you get everybody up to speed and on the alleged suspect that is now in custody. But if you guys don't mind, I want to talk to all of you guys about something. First, before I get started, if I get emotional, I apologize. First, let me say this. Violence is never okay. Second, Charlie Kirk's wife should not be in the situation of having to bury her husband. Third, those 2 kids should not be in a situation where they have to bury their father. The same way other people have had to lose family members because of violence. But first, I want to tell you guys something. I didn't realize that yesterday was a hard day. First, I want to give a real big shout out to my co-host, Ursula. Ursula called me. Ursula said to me, I've been thinking about things. She told me that she heard me. When you have a support system and people truly in your corner, that really matters. I'm pointing that out because not everybody has a Ursula in their life. Before I left work, my boss, I call her boss lady, says to me, I'm so grateful to have you working with our company. Wow. Not many people. When's the last time you had your boss tell you that they're grateful for you being with the company? I go home to my wife, and my wife is putting all kinds of good, positive energy into me when I get home. I'm telling you all this, that I'm all of that support you guys just heard, and I still was hurting. Now imagine somebody who does not have that support system. Imagine what they are going through. I'm here today because as you guys listen to the show, a lot of you guys listen. My good buddy Sean in Parkland, who we disagree all the time. He just celebrated today a year sober. Shout out to you, Sean. I think Sean in Des Moines. But I want to speak my truth. I want to speak on behalf of some black folks that are hurting. I want to speak on behalf of some LGBTQ folks that are hurting. I want to speak on behalf of my brown brothers and sisters out here that are hurting. And what's happening right now is not just about politics. These are about lives. Words have power. Words can heal or words can harm. I just told you that my good friend Ursula called me. We've been working together for nearly 6 years, and she still called me to check on me, to tell me that she hears me. She didn't have to do that. So when people with big platforms speak carelessly, the ripple effects touch our community, family, and kids constantly. Some of the loudest voices in today's culture wars needs to be toned down. There has been rhetoric with the so-called Great Replacement conspiracy, claiming demographic change is a threat to white people. There has been people dismissing and saying that white privilege is a myth. And by the way, I'm going to slow down. If you're uncomfortable, I apologize. But I'm uncomfortable too. When we are talking about these things, and we're talking about just being compatible with Western values, when we're talking about mocking the LGBTQ people and pushing that as an agenda to argue and implying that these folks in this community are dangerous, these aren't just stray opinions. These things echo the language to point out people as other. Last night, I heard Dr. King, and I shared this with Chef, and I had never heard Dr. King in this speech right here. I'll share it with you. Here you go.
I'm going to be honest enough to tell you that I'm worried about America. Yeah. I'm worried about our nation because it's sick with racism still. And just think about the fact that we live in a nation which was founded on the principle that all men are created equal. And yet men are still arguing over whether the color of a man's skin determines the content of his character.
We've seen this pattern. 50s, 1960s, 1970s. When black Americans lived under Jim Crow, poll taxes, literacy tests, segregated schools, violence, churches bombed. We know that words that mattered. If you're thinking about, well, that was then, let me talk about now. Here in Washington State, the climate shows the painful truth. In Linwood, 4 white men shouted racial slurs and gave Nazi salutes and beat a black DJ because of who he was. In Seattle's University District, a transgender person was violently attacked, sending shockwaves through the LGBTQ community. Outside of LGBTQ community, on Capitol Hill, patrons were taunted with homophobic slurs and pelted with water beads with a message of "you don't belong here." In Bellingham, an 11-year-old black boy was punched and called racial slurs walking home from a field trip. He wasn't doing anything but existing. The men in Linwood didn't invent the hate. The attacker in Bellingham, they didn't invent racism. The assailants in Seattle, they didn't invent transphobia or homophobia. But however, this rhetoric that continues, that is loud, it is repeated, and is constantly being like, well, that's a difference of opinion, has to stop. Sure, we all got this fear, no doubt about it. But there's none of us that should walk around this country and in this land knowing that you're not safe, knowing that you should shut up, knowing that you should hold it in every single day. Not everybody has a Ursula. Not everybody has a support system. Let me be clear. I'm doing very well in life. However, the elevator was sent for me. And now that I get to the top, I'm sending the elevator back down. And as a matter of fact, I'm on the elevator with it. Because I will never forget anybody, no matter how high I get up to the top. So today, you're going to get about 7 minutes of my truth. And that's the thing. So as we go forward, I hope that we start to think about our brothers and sisters that are in our community, that are on our social media pages, and understand the hurt that can be said when you say things like, well, that's just the past. I'm grateful that I have a company, I have a co-host, I got a buddy and chef, and Nick, I got a wife, I got a support system, y'all. But not many people got a support system. There's people hurting. And today, I want to tell the people that's hurting, I see you. I love you. I'm with you forever.
Thank you. We need to continue this conversation. Thank you for, I know that it's hard to do a show during these extremely polarizing times and not be able to speak fully and share everything that you are really feeling.
Yeah.
And we're so fortunate to have this platform, and we want to help with the conversations.
Yeah.
And
I just want to thank you.
I'm thankful to be working with you on, honestly. Like, and as I said, this is not going to be a perfectly scripted show. We are going to be speaking from the heart, and
but I want to look directly in your face. I want to look directly in your face and tell you that you calling me yesterday meant everything. For you to call me and say to me that I hear you, that I hear you. You know how many people want to be heard? You know how many people that could use that phone call? You know how many people are hurting right now? Yeah, a lot. So for you to, and you know, for me, life is good, but you still called me. And you said, gee, I hear you. Not many people got that many people in my life. So I want you to know that your call, and I had a call from also a good friend of mine. And it was a very vulnerable conversation with this friend. And I could hear his pain in your phone call, his pain, the support of my wife, the phone call from Chef. Chef picks up the phone and calls me. Chef know I'm doing all right, but he still called me. So I tell you what, Ursula says that things could get better. I'm going to jump in on Ursula's bandwagon and say I think so too. But it'll get better once y'all make that phone call and tell your brothers and sisters that you see them. Tell the people that's different from you that you see them. Tell the people that the ones that get talked down on, the marginalized groups, tell them you see them. Not a lot of them got a support group.
Okay, we are going to continue with the Gee and Ursula Show. Again, at 10 o'clock, we'll be opening our phone lines to you, and I hope you can continue our conversation in the spirit with which we want to go. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. We'll be right back after this.
The The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO Newsradio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms. Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years.
That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives.
We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest-to-goodness eggs laid fresh every day.
And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us, clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations.
So next time you're at the grocery store,
skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them.
Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Metropolitan Markets, PCC, or Safeway. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep breath.
High five.
You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked.
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm? Totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-972-0588. 800-972-0588. 800-972-0588.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you're a veteran struggling with your monthly bills, VA loan expert Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage has some good news for you.
Rates have dropped recently, and this could be a great time for our veterans to think about a cash-out refinance to get out of your high-interest rate debt. For example, one of our clients had a 2.25% VA loan, but he owed more than $155,000 on credit cards and a home equity loan. So we paid off all of that debt and replaced his mortgage with a VA cash-out refinance. And the new VA loan saved him $1,268 per month. So give us a call and see if a VA cash-out refi can help save you money. And remember, with a VA loan, you can buy a home with no money down.
And you can help non-veterans as well.
That's right. If you have a conventional loan, we'll run the numbers and see if we can help save you money, too.
Honest advice you can trust from the VA loan experts, Best Mortgage. Call now, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
The absolute best savings on a hot tub aren't at the fair. They're at Olympic Hot Tub. Get a truly untoppable deal. Purchase a saltwater hot spring spa and get a Lux Smart Top hardcover free. OlympichotTub.com. Better you, better life.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard.
In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie.
The suspect arrested and accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been identified by officials as 22-year-old Utah resident Tyler Robinson. Police say he was turned in by family members. CBS's Natalie Brand shares more on the relationship between President Trump and Charlie Kirk.
He went into detail about what he knew about the investigation, the suspect being taken into custody before it was announced in that news conference. And that really speaks to the closeness of the relationship between the President of the United States and Charlie Kirk, who he really described as kind of a member of the family.
Meanwhile, the president says he's sending National Guard troops to Memphis. He made the announcement on Fox News.
We're going to Memphis. Memphis is
that's the next city.
Deeply troubled. And the mayor is happy. He's a Democrat mayor. The mayor is happy. And the governor, Tennessee, the governor is happy.
The president also said he would have preferred to send troops to Chicago. Both the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois made it clear they would oppose the use of National Guard troops in the city. The president has also suggested other Democrat-controlled cities for troop deployment, including Baltimore and New York. And we're hearing from Boeing CEO Kelly Ortberg, who discussed where his company is headed after a challenging past few years, which have included the 737 MAX crashes and the door plug incident late last year.
We are turning. I don't think we've fully turned, but I think we're turning.
Boeing has orders pending from Qatar, British Airways, Korean Air, and some potential Chinese orders. The company is producing 38 737 MAX aircraft monthly, aiming to increase it to 42 by the end of the year. And wildfires continue to burn across the Pacific Northwest. There are now 27 large active fires affecting more than 170,000 acres in Washington and Oregon. The Northwest Interagency Coordination Center says over 8,000 firefighters are working the lines, more than any other region in the country. Cooler, wetter weather is helping, but crews are still watching for flare-ups. 4 major fires are burning in Washington, including one near Leavenworth, threatening over 1,000 homes. 12 of the state's fires were started by lightning. And now to your KIRO News Radio traffic. Travel times are light right now. Everett to Seattle, about 29 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle has a few delays. Drive time is about 30. Renton to Bellevue, about 39. And your traffic is brought to you by ProScope. ProScope, the one-day permanent fat loss and skin tightening solution for men and women, offered by New Skin Med Spa in Bellevue. Book your free consultation at proscope.com. And this weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine with highs in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 60 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Tough morning of conversations, very vulnerable conversations this morning, and we want to continue. After you shared your heart, Gee, there were some folks on YouTube asking a question. Chris Dad says, how are people on Gee's side hurting after Charlie Kirk's death? And then someone else who goes by, I'm just here to make friends, said, well, how did this turn into a race thing? So if you don't mind, I want to just share a few things, just a few thoughts. Sure. First of all. And again, starting with the murder of Charlie Kirk was a horrific act of violence. Mm-hmm. We should all agree that violence is never the answer, no matter how you felt about Charlie Kirk. He did not deserve what happened. Mm-hmm. And thank God someone has been arrested. But we've got to keep it real. Mm-hmm. What complicates the conversation is that Charlie Kirk was a polarizing figure. And his assassination and how we react to it could cause even further division in this country, or we can make a conscious decision not to allow that.
Right.
And that is what we're hoping. He was beloved by many, many who saw him as a voice for their values. He gave millions of young people, young conservatives in particular, a sense of purpose and belonging. And his death has left them reeling. Understand that. But we can't ignore the other side of the truth. He did build his career by sowing division. He did say offensive things about Black Americans and even belittled the civil rights movement. We have held back on airing any of the sound of things that he has said out of respect and also with sensitivity that this just happened. But if you want to try to understand why people are reacting, and you and I both said there is no celebration.
None.
There is no celebration.
None.
That's what we believe.
None.
But there are things that we can't ignore that had impact on people. And I know, Chef, that you have pulled some of them.
Now when it's like, wait, hold on a second. You're going to remove my appendix and you're a Black lesbian. I'm sorry. If I see a Black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Let me give you just one more.
Is in Leviticus 18, is that thou shalt lay with another man shall be stoned to death. Just saying. So, Miss Rachel, you quote Leviticus 19, love your neighbor as yourself. The chapter before affirms God's perfect law when it comes to sexual matters.
So, and there are many other examples. And again, there are also examples of how he talked about being better people and espousing great family values, etc. So, but he attacked immigrants. He attacked the LGBTQ community and political opponents with rhetoric that often stoked resentment and fear. So for many, he wasn't a champion. He was someone who demeaned their dignity.
The Democrat Party supports everything that God hates.
So my question is, how do we reconcile these truths? That he was someone who could inspire people, but he was also someone who could wound people. He could be beloved and he could be harmful at the same time.
It's about mass demographic replacement, because if you can't win over the population, or if you hate the population, which they do, then you need to replace that population. And again, this is the great replacement reality that is happening in real time. London was 95% white in the 1920s. It is now 29% white.
Okay, I think we've heard enough for this morning. And I know you wanted to say something because I was going to continue.
The truth never expires. So whether we talk about this today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's here. This isn't a matter of opinion. It's here. I've been to therapy before. Someone listening right now, maybe you have been to therapy. Maybe you've been to marriage counseling. If there's one important thing, or even if you come to the kitchen table with your family and, hey, we all need to talk. The one way to get through things is to lay it out on the table and tell the truth.
Yes.
Tell the truth. Just put it out there. We're not saying these things for people to be bitter. We're saying these things so that people have an understanding.
Exactly. To have a better understanding. And I know, because I know many people who listen to the show, to our show, were also great fans of Charlie Kirk. And this is where I hope this is the direction we can go. And Charlie Kirk had said some things about empathy. Mm-hmm. And here's where I believe empathy matters the most. Empathy does not mean excusing harmful words. It does not mean ignoring pain. What it does mean is recognizing our shared humanity, even those who we disagree with. And we can all do better with that. Even with those who have hurt us. If we can't do that, I believe we will keep seeing each other as enemies instead of neighbors.
Yeah. I very well said, Ursula. I want to tell you guys something. I can't speak for any of you. I'm just, being vulnerable here. I'm just telling you. I have a very hard time with people that wish nothing but bad on me. And the reason you wish bad on me, not because of what Dr. King said about the content of my character. You judge me if I'm black. You judge me if I'm gay. You judge me if I'm Latino. You judge me because I'm Muslim. I have a hard time with that. I go back to what Dr. King said in the 60s. He says,
I'm going to be honest enough to tell you that I'm worried about America.
He was worried about America. This was 50-some years ago. We were sitting in school, Ursula. All of us, right? We celebrate Dr. King's birthday every year. We say the same things of, I have a dream. You guys know it. Dr. King was worried about this stuff in the 60s. It's 2025, Ursula. We talking about the same thing.
I want to address something that is being brought up on YouTube on the text line, and that is that a lot of you who are supporters of Charlie Kirk are also hurting, and you're angry.
Yes.
And you feel like you have also been under attack in this country. And that is undeniably true.
Mm-hmm.
It is undeniably true.
Yep.
And we want you to be part of the conversation and part of the solution. And we do not move forward if we do not hear each other, understand where we're hurting and why we're hurting.
Good word.
And that's why we're going to be opening the phones at 10, and we want to hear from you too.
Yes. 888-973-5476. 888-973 KIRO. We'll have more of the Gee and Ursula Show coming up next.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
While you're getting ready every morning, make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You're invited to the birthday party of a lifetime. Warner Brothers Discovery presents Bugs Bunny at the Symphony, coming to Benaroya Hall, October 10th, 11th, and 12th, in a special new 35th anniversary edition. Enjoy classic Looney Tunes on the big screen as the Seattle Symphony plays the unforgettable music scores live. Ticket info at seattlesymphony.org.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
If you're a veteran struggling with your monthly bills, VA loan expert Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage has some good news for you.
Rates have dropped recently, and this could be a great time for our veterans to think about a cash-out refinance to get out of your high-interest rate debt. For example, one of our clients had a 2.25% VA loan, but he owed more than $155,000 on credit cards and a home equity loan. So we paid off all of that debt and replaced his mortgage with a VA cash-out refinance. And the new VA loan saved him $1,268 per month. So give us a call and see if a VA cash-out refi can help save you money. And remember, with a VA loan, you can buy a home with no money down.
And you can help non-veterans as well.
That's right. If you have a conventional loan, we'll run the numbers and see if we can help save you money, too.
Honest advice you can trust from the VA loan experts, Best Mortgage. Call now, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
We live in one of the most beautiful places on earth, and owning your own deck is a great way to enjoy it. But finding the right decking solution can be overwhelming. That's why all 9 of our Puget Sound locations offer decking showrooms so you can get your hands and toes on the more than 60 decking options we carry. So if you have any questions about building, maintaining, or repairing your deck, contact me personally. Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
Dunn Lumber, your decking headquarters since 1907.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you. Because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Hi, Seahawks fans. Steve Rabel here for Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Lung cancer is one of the deadliest cancers in the U.S., but early detection can make all the difference. If you're over 55 and have a history of smoking or a family history of lung cancer, you may qualify for a life-saving screening. So join us at Seahawks Crucial Catch Game on October 20th. Virginia Mason Franciscan Health will be offering lung cancer screenings before the game. Spots are limited, so check out vmfh.org/Seahawks to see if you qualify today.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Welcome back into the show. Hey, coming up at 10 o'clock, we are going to open up the phone lines. So at the end of this segment, Ursula and I, we will give you the number so that you can call in. And what are we talking about? Well, like we said, if we're going to go forward, we're going to have this discussion with all of us, right, Ursula?
And I would hope that when you call in 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO at 10 o'clock, that the idea would be not to blame this or that, but would be to, hey, how can we move forward? Yeah. What can we do to try to bridge the divide? Think of what happened after 9/11 and the days after 9/11. It didn't last long, unfortunately, but what did it take to unify us as a country? So. What happened to Charlie Kirk should not be in vain. I mean, and it should have never happened.
No.
And we cannot lose even more in this country by making it something that divides us even further.
So at the end of the segment, we'll give you the number again. And at 10 o'clock, we want you guys to call in. We're going to have this discussion. We're looking forward to talking to you. Now, Ursula, this Sunday, the Seahawks travel to Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the home opener for the Steelers. The Steelers have Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers have DK Metcalf on offense. The Steelers have Jalen Ramsey on defense. The Seahawks
are coming off of a loss.
The Seahawks right now, yesterday was Thursday. On Wednesday, Devin Witherspoon didn't practice. On Thursday, Devin Witherspoon didn't practice. If I was a betting man, it might look like that Devin Witherspoon might not be playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Julian Love, who is another guy in the secondary, he right now is a little banged up. Don't know if he's going to play at all. He's questionable. However, with all of that being said, this is a must-win game for the Seahawks.
Only 2 into the season. Why do you say it's a must-win game?
Okay, I'm glad you because
it's like only game 2.
Because right now you have a lot of new pieces. You have a new quarterback. You have new guys in the wide receiver room. You don't have the leadership that you used to have on this team. So when you don't have that, and you potentially start off 0-2. And then you come back home against the Saints and then back on the road Thursday night against the Arizona Cardinals, which is a division game. It is very important. It is tough sledding, as they say, if you go 0-2. So it's 10 o'clock game. It's 10 in the morning. If my wife is listening, baby, I want some Loco Moco for Sunday.
You need some comfort food?
I need some comfort food. I need that Loco Moco on Sunday. I'll be in my Seahawks stuff ready. What do you got?
I'm curious, and I'd love to hear from all of you, and I know we're just completely switching gears here.
Yeah.
But how much does the Seahawks' success on the field play into your psyche? Into your mood. You know what I mean? Like, we've had years and years and years of disappointment. By the way, thank goodness the Mariners are pulling it out right now.
Shout out to the Mariners.
Yes.
They just need a little home cooking.
Yes.
They came home. Baby, come on, sit on down at T-Mobile Park. They got that home cooking.
But the idea that we're going into the second game and saying this is a must-win. I mean, isn't every game a must-win?
Yes. And I'm glad you just asked a very important question. You asked, hey, how much does what happens on the field with the Seahawks have an impact on your life?
Yes.
Some of you are listening right now and you're like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If that's you,
good for you.
Good for you. Life is good for you. If you're me and some others, unfortunately, way too much.
Yeah, well, you also, first of all, have a son who's playing professional football. Secondly, you've grown around football all your life, and you work for the Seahawks. So, understandably, it permeates all aspects of your life. But it's one of those things that when they're on a roll, I feel like there's just a different mood in this area.
You know who? My wife. Love her. I wish I had the way she goes about football. Right? Like, oh, it's the game today? Okay, I'll put on some Seahawks stuff.
It's a good social event. Yes.
You know,
I'm with her.
Like, she's having fun and all that. And if they lose, oh, bummer. Hell, we'll get them next time. And then there's people like me and others that stress eat. Can I just tell you, I gotta be vulnerable for you a second?
Yes.
I ate not one, but 2 Jimmy John's 16, 17-inch subs after that loss last Sunday.
Well, you've also not been eating a whole lot.
Stress eating.
Okay. Another question for you, though.
What's that?
What is, and if you could sum it up, because I'm still adjusting to the post-Pete Carroll Seahawks.
Yeah.
There's a big difference in the attitude. Well, what is the current coach's attitude going into this next game?
It's like your family member that was married to so-and-so for 10 plus years. and they got a new husband. And the new husband is not the ex-husband, right? But the new husband is the new husband, but still the new husband is new.
So you still don't know.
So you still don't know.
Okay, yeah, jury's out.
Jury's out.
Okay, I gotcha.
But on Sunday is another get-together.
And we'll find out.
And you're hoping politics and religion don't come up at the table.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. We ready to open the phone lines up?
Yeah. So we are ready for you.
Yeah.
Again, where do we go from here? What can we do to bridge the divide? Yeah. And let's have a continued conversation in that spirit. 888-973-5476. 888-973 KIRO.
Now call now so you can get in line.
Yes.
Chef is waiting right now by the phone line. And don't worry, when you call, it's always more pleasant when Ursula answers the phone. So don't worry. Ursula's going to be the one that greets you. I'll be sitting back chilling, eating a ham sandwich. All right. 888-973-5476. Call us now. The Gee and Ursula Show.
IRG Physical and Hand Therapy doesn't just treat injuries, they elevate athletes. From weekend warriors to elite competitors, IRG Sports Institute clinics are built for performance, blending top-tier physical therapy with advanced sports science and personalized training plans. Hey, Brock Hewitt here with Shannon O'Kelly, physical therapist and owner of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Why? Why elevate athletes as well?
Because here at IRG, Brock, our motto is we want you to be your best self, your best physical self, your best mental self, and your best community self. At our new IRG Fremont Sports Institute, we're providing that type of care. We've got the latest equipment, the greatest techniques, the providers there that are excited to get you better, basically bigger, faster, stronger. Doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior, a recreational athlete, an elite athlete, we will make you to be your best.
You'll work with specialists who understand the grind because they've been there. With access to cutting-edge equipment and recovery techniques, you won't just heal, you'll come back stronger. Visit irgpt.com, irgpt.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
At Kia of Everett, we make leasing your new Kia simple, easy, and fun. Now through September 30th, lease a 2025 Kia EV6 Lite for just $99 a month for 24 months with $49.99 due at signing.
Lease payment on approved credit with Kia Finance America plus tax after $8,300 Kia Finance America 24-month lease cash and Kia of Everett discount of $2,734. Quoted payment is before monthly sales tax and fees. Select vehicles only, subject to prior sale. See dealer for full details.
The best drive you'll ever take is to Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Hi, everyone. Super Bowl champ Vernon Davis here from Legal Help Center. If you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, listen up, because we have legal professionals standing by right now to answer your questions for free. You can find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. The call is free. The consultation is free. And you can speak with a live agent right now. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident of any kind, call now to find out if you have a case and how much you could potentially get.
Thanks, Vernon. You heard it, folks. If you've been injured, call and find out how much you qualify for. Call 800-948-5880. That's 800-948-5880. 800-948-5880. 880. Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.
Switching bath soap from sandalwood to tropical essence? That's glamping in the rainforest. Sometimes a different way is the better way. Like the SR 509 Expressway near SeaTac. Tolling September 29th. Free Good to Go sticker pass at goodtogo509.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. Investigators are now trying to find out all they can about the 22-year-old Utah man who's just been formally charged in the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
We got him. Authorities identified the suspected gunman in Wednesday's fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson of Utah.
A family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident.
The development comes after the FBI released surveillance video overnight of a person seen on a roof, then jumping down.
That's CBS's Andres Gutierrez. The charges just filed are suspicion of capital murder along with weapons and obstruction offenses. CBS's Carter Evans has been covering the aftermath of the shooting.
And I asked the governor if they expected any other arrests or if he acted alone. He said they believe he acted alone, but it is still under investigation, and that could change.
The Kirk assassination is seen as the latest in a string of politically motivated violence. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who was the target of an arson attack earlier this year, spoke to CBS Mornings.
This isn't a moment for partisanship. It's also not a moment for division, and it is certainly not a moment to cherry pick which incidents of political violence count and which do not.
Well, President Trump announced today he's sending the National Guard to Memphis, a city he called deeply troubled because of crime.
Many in Memphis, including Shelby County Mayor Lee Harris, oppose bringing the National Guard to the city. These men think it will make matters worse.
They're going to bring chaos because people feel like they're being targeted at that point.
The police ain't fixed the crime, and they paid to do it. What is the National Guard come here going to do?
Memphis city leaders have said they welcome the idea of having more Tennessee state troopers in town. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
There are health concerns at a Michigan General Motors facility, as we hear from CBS Detroit's Sandra Ali.
GM has temporarily closed an office in Warren after 2 employees tested positive for Legionnaire's disease. They worked at the Cole Engineering Center. The building will stay closed until at least Monday, September 22nd.
Hamas said today its chief Gaza negotiator survived this week's Israeli strike aimed at group leaders in Qatar. NATO says it's bulking up its defensive posture on its eastern flank, bordering Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine with some new equipment. Checking Wall Street. Right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 193. The S&P is up 2. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today.
The price tag to build a light rail just got bigger. That story coming up. But first, let's go to KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. Travel times are still light this morning. Everett to Seattle about 35. Federal Way to Seattle about 30. Renton to Bellevue about 27 right now. And this traffic report brought to you by the Seattle Sports. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on FM dial 97.3 HD2.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. The price tag to build a light rail between West Seattle and downtown has jumped to $800 million in the past year. Sound Transit says the new $7.9 billion estimate is based on revised construction and property costs. Seattle City Council President Sarah Nelson told Seattle's Morning News,
I am extremely concerned that we are not going to be able to fulfill our commitment to the voters who voted for Sound Transit 3 precisely because of the Ballard and West Seattle extension.
The same revision estimates next decade's Everett extension will cost an extra $900 million. Street preachers shouting into amplified megaphones have raised the noise level outside T-Mobile Park. Now the Mariners front office wants to know if these guys are bugging you. KIRO News Radio's Corin Haig has details.
Never be a man if you're a boy. You'll never be a little
As fans file in the home plate entrance, it sounds like this.
right? So it's what the way God made you.
As for the speech itself, the First Amendment covers that.
But we also do have laws against magnified voice broadcasting.
That's Seattle City Council President Sarah Nelson. The Mariners front office wants to know what you think. Signs posted outside T-Mobile Park ask fans to scan a QR code and leave a comment about what the sign calls the amplified noise outside the ballpark. Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
A welfare check in Tacoma turned into a homicide investigation Thursday afternoon. Police say they found a man who had been stabbed to death at a home near 6th and South Jackson Avenue. They arrested a 60-year-old man who was booked into jail for second-degree murder. No word yet on a motive for the killing. Flags across Washington are flying half-staff this weekend. Governor Bob Ferguson ordered the change to honor Patriot Day and victims of recent political violence. The directive runs through sunset on Sunday and follows a presidential proclamation marking the September 11th attacks. It also honors Charlie Kirk, who was shot and killed Wednesday, and victims of political violence in Minnesota. Ferguson says other agencies and businesses are encouraged to join in the recognition. The Seattle Mariners are cooking with gas and swinging for glory. The M's won against the Anaheim Angels in the 12th inning just last night.
Here comes the throw. Polanco steaming home. He slides. He's safe as the Mariners win. And for the second night in a row, it's extra inning magic.
The Mariners take on the Angels again at T-Mobile Park. First pitch at 7:10. Catch all the action on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. And this weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine with highs in the low 70s today. Right now, it's about 61 in Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Earlier in the 9 o'clock hour, we get into the show, Ursula, I didn't go hard on the Fresh Fridays. Good morning, everybody.
I thought you had turned over a new leaf.
Happy Fresh Fridays. It is September 12th. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. Well, as promised, we are opening our phone lines to you, and I will say that we already have a bunch of you lined up to talk to us, but I want to remind everybody of the number, and if you can't get on right away, you will, because we will be getting on as many people as we can. The number is 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO. So for the very latest, federal charges could be filed today against that 22-year-old Utah man who is suspected of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk at that college in Utah. Tyler Robinson is being held in jail without bail, and I'm seeing reports that are saying right now that he is not cooperating, but investigators believe he acted alone. They don't expect any further arrests. We will continue to bring you any new information in terms of what is happening with that case. But if you missed our first hour, first of all, I strongly encourage you to listen on our podcast because, G, you shared your heart. You explained why you and so many others are also hurting right now as we are dealing with the aftermath of something so horrific that should have never happened. But it brings to mind, you know, what is happening in this country, and it is imperative that we have a conversation because I believe, and I know you believe, that this tragedy could be a turning point. It could be something that we use to improve, to move our country in the right direction. Because if we take from it, the only thing that we take from it is another reason to hate the other side, then we have already lost. So our question to all of you is, how do we find that off-ramp? Where do we go from here? What needs to be said? And again, our phone lines are full, but continue to call 888-973-5476, 888-973-KIRO. We are going to go start with Josh in Lake Stevens. Good morning, Josh. You are on the Gee and Ursula Show. Thank you for joining us.
Well, hi. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate that.
Of course. So I know that you believe in something that G and I often talk about, which is trying to find more common ground. Explain that.
Yeah, common ground. So we need to stop trying to find ways to other the other person, like make them less human. What we do in a lot of name calling or saying they associate or calling them fascist, for instance, or they're following the funny mustache man. Like, that's making people look less human. And if we find more common ground by actually just trying to understand people live different lives. Like, I'm a father of 2 kids, a loving wife, and I just want the best for my kids. And I'm sure the other side has that same ideology too. They just want the best for their family. And by trying to make them less than human, we see them not as human. And it leads for this violent rhetoric to continue.
Josh, first, I want to say, incredible answer. Loved what you just had to say to it. My question to you is that seemed very easy for you. Where does that come from?
It's trying to understand why people feel the way they do. Like, I can understand why people want more gun control, for instance. I totally understand. They want the tool to be removed, and they feel like the less violence would happen. I feel differently about this, but I can understand why they would want that. Because in the reality, the goal is what we want is less human suffering, less death, less everything. And we're trying to find the pathway to the end goal. We just don't agree about how to get there.
So, Josh, I would love to learn from you, and I think a lot of us would, which is how do you use it in your life? And when you say trying to understand the other, when you and someone else just cannot find that agreement, how do you handle that?
Well, I'm someone in my own workplace. I oversee a lot of different people, and we all come from different backgrounds. But we all have a common goal inside of it. I work in healthcare, for instance, and we all want to care for that patient, that person that's in time of need. And we all have different ways of how we see the world around us and how we want to interact with it. And it's understanding that we're all coming with that same goal of compassion, or having that goal of getting to help as many people as we possibly can. And although we don't see it eye to eye, as long as we have the same mission or same goal, we can always agree to work with each other the best way possible.
Josh, you said it beautifully.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And Josh, before you go, I'm sure somehow, some way, your wife is going to hear this. Tell your wife that you are king for the weekend, bruh.
Thank you.
Oh, that's going to go over real well.
Thanks,
Josh,
man.
thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go to Pam in Port Townsend next. Good morning, Pam. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Gee and Ursula Show. What do you think the solution is?
Doing this.
Of course.
In Buddhism, the solution is the middle way, not to hold to your opinion only, but to listen to the other side. I haven't voted for years because I believe that there is no coming together unless we individually live the middle way. What Gee said about the content of your character, there's a book that Shelby Steele wrote called The Content of Your Character, and I implore everybody to read that book. It's amazing. There isn't your truth or my truth. There is the truth. And the only way to come together is to listen to each other and not react.
Okay, and Pam, can I just one thing, because I heard you when you said I never vote. Is there anything I can do or anyone can do to change your mind on that? Because I think it's very important to vote.
I don't believe that. I think it's a waste of my time.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Votes are thrown away in trash cans.
Yeah. No proof of that.
You know,
but Pam, I appreciate your time. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next caller. But thank you so much, Pam. Appreciate you. I hope you change your mind. Sharon and Ballard, good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the Gee and Ursula Show.
Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning. What do you think is the solution or a solution?
Bringing civility back to political campaigns. It can't just be us against them. nothing gets accomplished that way. To stop the mudslinging, be gracious enough to acknowledge the other side, and with respect.
I love that answer. And one of the things that I'm really want to find out and ask of you that are calling in is how do you apply this in your life, and how did you come to be to this type of understanding?
I'd have to begin from the very beginning. I was raised in a home where my parents fostered love and not hate, and it seems so simple. I don't know why it's gotten this way. I have a little granddaughter, a little 2-year-old granddaughter who I'm going to...
Ooh, I think we just lost Sharon.
Oh, Sharon was...
Okay, she was about to talk about her little granddaughter, but I love what Sharon said about bringing back civility and grace, starting with on the political spectrum. Okay, Wendy in Olympia, thank you so much for joining us here on the Gee and Ursula Show. I hear that you are feeling deep sadness right now.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it just seems the hate and the diversity and the amount of violence and this inability to somehow meet in the middle. And I don't post anything. I don't say stuff. Because it doesn't matter. There's always going to be somebody coming in to say, something negative to the opposite. I think we're inundated with false information. And as far as a solution goes, and just in my own personal life, I feel until we really address and come up with a solution for the mental health problem in our country, I just feel like I feel like we've tried other things. We've tried gun control. We've tried, other avenues. But I know people personally who cannot get help for their mentally ill loved ones until something like this happens.
Very, very, very true. Here, Wendy, how do you feel about, because earlier today we got a text message and someone said, hey, we can't get control of all of this hate and coming together until we get control of social media. How do you feel? How do you feel social media impacts us all?
I think it's negative. I watch it impact my grandkids. If I have too much time myself on it, I can see myself getting riled up. I think I am so literal that, sometimes my boyfriend has to tell me that's fake news. That's the AI. That's I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm 60 years old. I have a hard time differentiating sometimes.
We all do.
Kids whose brains aren't developed.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's so true, Wendy.
Yeah. And by the way, just want you to know, Wendy, Ursula and I, we've been duped before, too.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It happens.
Absolutely. Wendy, thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in. Our number is...
Thank you. Thank you for having the conversation. I appreciate y'all so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Wendy. 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Keep calling. We do have a lot of you on the line right now, and we're going to get through as many of you because everyone's cooking right now. Thank you.
Cooking.
You know that I was worried about opening the phone lines at such a vulnerable state.
Wait,
and
you're always worried about opening the phone lines.
This is true. Okay, we're going to move to Andrew in Bellevue.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us here on the Gee and Ursula Show.
Hello.
Hi. So it sounds like you may have a pessimistic viewpoint of what's going to happen.
Yeah, first off, let me just thank you both. You both are so brave and vulnerable on the show, and I appreciate you taking the time to open up the call lines. So, yes, I personally think that I don't know how we kind of move backwards from this flashpoint. As you guys were saying, we need to kind of change the narrative, change the rhetoric around what's happening right now, and I agree with that 100%, but I have a hard time believing in the current state that politics is in right now, as we are so polarized, that we're going to be able to move back from this I mean, I don't think it'll happen quickly, but it might happen slowly.
I think so too. And our hope in opening up the phone lines and just within ourselves was the answer lies with us. I don't want to wait until all the politicians, that's never going to happen. So I think the power is within us, and I'm going to speak for myself. We can all do a better job of trying to understand other positions, and it sounds like that is something that you try to do as well.
Yeah, totally. I think that there's benefit in listening to all sides of the conversation, whether or not you agree or disagree with what's being said.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We appreciate your call, my man. Thank you so much.
Okay, we are going to talk to Rob in Everett. Good morning, Rob.
Hey, good morning, Ursula. How are you? G.
Good.
Chef,
now
my man Nick. I really enjoy this selection of music. It brings back memories.
Yes. Now I understand you are a former law enforcement officer. You've had to mediate many things in your life.
Yeah.
What do you think the solution is?
The solution to putting an end to all the hatred and all the violence that we see, in my opinion, two things. We got to look at the history. We look at American history and global history. And I mentioned this when I had a conversation with Chef, that if you look on a global scale, the racism and violence been happening since we built pyramids. Now, let's move forward. Coming into the United States, this country was found on racism and violence on the back of slaves. Now, going forward to current day, when I was in law enforcement, so many times I've had to go into people's homes and play mediator between children not listening to the parents and all hatred existed in the home. And I would separate them. I would separate the kids and I would separate the parents and tell the parent, you have to be a parent, you can't be a friend. So until those factors are identified, it's like when you plant a tree, if you nurture it, it's going to grow. When you plant this seed of violence in a home, well, why did we have Charles Kirk making, and this is just my opinion, because I do feel sorry for us. When it comes to violence and people losing their lives, it hurts. You know, I don't wish any ill will towards anyone, but you have to start in the home, raising your children with love and care, and showing them. Like, I got grandkids, you know, and I think I mentioned to you before, my wife is from the Philippines, and they asked me one day, why do we have different colored people? And I said, all you got to do is look outside and look at the trees. The God created everything that you see. There's no two trees that are built exactly the same. So when we are able to sit down at the table, like I've heard on the show many times, we got to sit down and have a conversation about the racism, where to stop, where do we go forward from here, you know, and until we start with the home, where the roots are, the same things that we see is going to continue to happen. The school shootings. I remember when I was in law enforcement, the Columbine. Then we had to have this active shooter training, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm responding to a school involving children getting shot up by other kids. Where are the parents in this?
Rob, I wanted to say thank you, first of all, and I heard your message loud and clear. It starts from home, and we also need to understand our history. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to Emily in Camano Island because, unfortunately, we are running out of time. But thank you, Emily, for joining us. You're saying that we need two things.
Yes, I think that we need to all cultivate empathy. I think that's lost in our society right now, just remembering that we're all people. Regardless of our ideas, and just being able to put ourselves into other people's shoes. And then I also think we need meaningful reform to our gun laws. Nothing is going to change with all these shootings if we have so many guns out there. So those are the two things I think.
Emily, thank you so much. Appreciate you. We're going to squeeze in one more. We're a little bit late, but Destiny in Seattle, good morning. Thank you for joining us here on the Gee and Ursula Show.
Thank you so much for having me. And I just think this every day for the last several years. Can we all please stop shutting each other down if you hear something you disagree with and say, oh, that's interesting, tell me more? Because if we don't all start talking to each other, we're forcing each other further out and onto social media. And it just really, if I say something to one of my friends and they shut me down, that's so heartbreaking to me because I like to listen to everyone.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. I think it's hard to, and we need to do better with having those hard conversations and being okay with agreeing to disagree, which is something that we do on the show. And sometimes it's harder and it's more emotional, but we need to have those hard conversations without demonizing the other person. Destiny, thank you so much.
Yes, and Gee, I feel like you're my friend. I love everything you have to say, dude. Just keep talking, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
One of the things that I do want to leave out with is the social media. When that was brought up and social media being a problem, people text in and says, yes, social media. Ursula, I said something to you in the break, and I want to remind all of us. Something happened over the last couple days. And we were talking about social media. I said this to Ursula, and I'll say it to you. There is no way in the world that we should have saw what we saw when it comes to Charlie Kirk and being shot and killed. None of us should have saw that. We can never unsee that. This is our social media today. Ursula's been doing this for nearly 40 years. And you've never got to witness something like that. My point is that adults saw that, kids see that, we all have seen that. It is making it become just some normal type thing. And I just think really social media is something that's going to be really hard for us to overcome. Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, more of it. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
University of Maryland Global Campus offers more than 55 flexible online certificates that provide short-term credentials and real-world skills you can use immediately. With a range of affordable undergraduate and graduate certificates in high-demand fields like business, AI, cybersecurity, data analytics, and healthcare, you can earn credentials quickly to help advance your career. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
Hey there, Dawn Riling from Olympic Hot Tub.
It's fair season, but the absolute best savings on a hot tub aren't at the fair. They're at Olympic. Purchase a saltwater hot spring spa and get a deal that's truly untoppable. A Lux Smart Top hardcover included for free. Wow! Up to $4,500 off the best tub you can own. And it's only at Olympic till September 14th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A suspect is now in custody in the fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, Utah Governor Spencer Cox.
On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident.
CBS's Scott McFarland has more following this morning's FBI news press conference.
11,000 tips came in. All that video was released, and a couple key takeaways from what the governor said when he was answering questions about the video and about the case, that we do not have information that will lead to any more arrests. Not the most declarative statement I've ever heard, ruling out the possibility of more arrests or more people being considered culpable in this, but saying right now that this is the one person responsible for this murder.
President Trump says he's sending National Guard troops to Memphis. CBS's Linda Kenyon has the latest.
President Trump describes Memphis as
deeply troubled.
Speaking on Fox News in New York City, the president said it's part of his anti-crime initiative.
We're going to fix that just like we did Washington.
While the presence of National Guard troops sparked mixed reaction in Washington, D.C., Trump says it will be different in Memphis.
The mayor is happy, and the governor, Tennessee. The governor is happy.
Previously, the president mentioned other Democrat-controlled cities for troop deployment, including Chicago, Baltimore, and New York. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Rising prices are not keeping customers away from stores online or in person. CBS business reporter Jason Brooks has more.
The National Retail Federation reports that retail sales rose 0.5% in August from the prior month and up 6.8% compared to a year earlier, not including auto and gas sales. The monthly gain was weaker than what the NRF reported for July, but the year-over-year gain was stronger. Digital products, including ebooks and video games, was the hottest category, with sales up 26% from a year earlier, while strong gains were also reported for general merchandise and grocery stores.
Electronics and appliance stores also saw sales decline from July. Here in Washington, 3 people were stabbed outside a bar in Tacoma overnight. KIRO 7 TV reports it happened just after closing time around 2 this morning outside the Dive Lounge. Police say the fight broke out and someone pulled a knife. 3 people were hurt, but their injuries are not life-threatening. The suspect was arrested at the scene. And now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Travel times are normal. Everett to Seattle about 32. Federal Way to Seattle about 31. Renton to Bellevue about 32. Traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine with highs in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 61 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. Thank you to all of you who contributed in any way, whether it was on our text line or calling us and sharing your thoughts on how we move forward from here and how we can become a less divisive society. And I loved what you had to say. We can continue the conversation. Text us 888-973-5476. 888-973 KIRO. You can also continue on YouTube, where we have a growing community over there. But right now, let's do something a little different. Okay, whether we like it or not, our season of vanishing sunsets is almost here. Yep. Our final 7 p.m. sunset comes on September 25th, and then by October 26th, we're going to say goodbye to anything past 6 p.m. And then on November 2nd, we fall back and we plunge straight into the land of before 5 p.m. sunsets. So I saw this in the Seattle Times.
Yeah.
I think the Seattle Times coined this. But you know how they call it the big dark? I've decided I really dislike that. I really dislike that phrase. It's just too ominous, okay? I know where your head is going, and no. The big dark, we've got to come up with something else, okay? So text us. Let's think of something else.
Time out.
Okay, or do you like it?
Love it. It exemplifies exactly what you're thinking. Some of you may go to the gym in the morning and it's dark out. And then some of you go so early to the gym that you get to the gym and you leave the gym and it's still dark.
Okay.
And then we're getting ready. We're heading into those months where you get to the gym, it's dark. You leave the gym, it's dark. You get to work, it's dark. You leave work, it's dark. It's just dark. It's the big dark.
And see how
and
you
it would
describe
come together.
And I think it's in the marketing of it. And I think people like me would do better if we called it something like...
What would you want to call it?
Gloomapalooza.
What?
What?
The Gloomapalooza.
I can tell you did no AI brainstorming.
Hey, time out. That was perfect. Ursula did not use AI for this topic.
Do you know how fast I've been scrambling all day? No. Okay, well, help me out. I just don't think the big dark is good. Okay? Okay, so text us, 888-9... well, have you come up... Did you use AI, Chef, to come up with a...
No. Like seasonally affective disorder. My socks are always dry. I don't know. Damn.
Hey, you need to see the day for the contents of the day.
Oh, there you go. Okay, but once the summer solstice passes in June, Earth tilt starts working against us. This is how it works. By September, we're losing more than 3 minutes of daylight every day. That's what's happening right now. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you're feeling a little anxious, that might be it. That adds up to 90 to 100 minutes less light each month through October. Do you see why even by the end of August, I'm starting to feel...
Okay.
Antsy.
Okay.
In all seriousness.
Can we agree? September in this area is beautiful.
It's
Agree?
gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we've been lucky.
Okay.
But
I'm
feeling.
Can we agree that October in the Pacific is still kind of beautiful?
It is
Up until
beautiful.
you get to
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yes.
Now.
Halloween.
Post-Halloween.
Post-Halloween, forget it.
Post-Halloween. Okay. Now, hold on. Hear me out, y'all. Then we get to November. And in November, you already thinking about it. You thinking about, damn, my mother-in-law coming to town. You try to figure out how to get out of that. Or you just figured out Thanksgiving. So everything in November. So the rain and some of the dark is welcomed. The only time the dark, keep it a buck with y'all, that really starts to get to you is January, February.
Post-holidays?
Yeah.
After that, it's like, okay, what am I waiting for?
And then especially
Starts getting better
if
around
you ain't got
Valentine's.
no boo in February and you cuddled up by yourself.
Okay.
It's rough.
All of your vitamin D has been depleted. There's nothing to look forward to. No more. Oh.
So G likes the big dark. I don't. I'm in favor of Glamapalooza. I mean, what did I say? No.
Lumapalooza.
It was bad.
Lumapalooza.
Sue and Enumclaw says the velvet curtain.
There.
You like that? Now some of you, Sue, are you using AI? I can tell these names. Y'all are on AI right now. Nikki says the Homo sapien hibernation.
Hibernation time. How about
just the great
cozy
gray?
time?
The great gray.
What'd you say? Cuddling time?
Yes, we need to. The point is, if you call it the big dark, or whatever.
Ursula, I did not know you had that bass in your voice.
Come on.
Never use that.
Do that again. That was scary.
I used to sing tenor, baritone. Okay. It feels so sad. And I think it's just, for those of us who suffer for some of those months, I think we need to change the way we talk about it.
253 says, I think the long night.
The long night. That doesn't end until
when
March.
When you say night, you mean KNIGT?
Okay, your head is going in a very different direction.
The Long Night sounds like a World War II novel.
Yeah, coming to save you.
Long
Summer.
night.
Okay. Can we agree that the best TV shows and TV is in, October, November, December?
Yeah, because you're stuck. Okay, we'll have more of the Gee and Ursula Show coming up next.
Scenarios.
Yeah, we're going to have scenarios.
I got a juicy one for you next.
Okay.
Gee and Ursula.
The Northwest's trusted news source, KIRO Newsradio.
Police in Federal Way are investigating what appears to be a car explosion.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live from the neighborhood.
I can't tell you enough how crazy this scene is here.
Coverage you depend on.
A massive police presence in Kent.
From voices you know and trust.
We have an active fire inside one of these buildings here.
KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
You know that I love my Subaru Outback. I've been driving it since 2016. I purchased it at Carter Subaru, second car that our family has purchased from that dealership. Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership. When my niece from Germany was here, I got to tell you a story. We were driving around and she said, Ursula, I cannot believe how many people, A, drive Subarus, and B, how many people are driving cars that have the Carter Subaru license plate. Yeah, there's a reason why all of us go to Carter Subaru. They have the largest selection of Subarus in our state. They understand and know how to treat their customers. They are invested in this community. They fully believe in giving their customers the best value and treating you like family. Right now at Carter Subaru, for a very limited time, you can get the 2025 Subaru Outback for 0% financing. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard, or visit them anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, documentary service fee may be added to the sale or capitalized cost. Carter Subaru is buying down the rate for the 2025 Outback. Max amount finance is $20,000. See dealer for details. Valid through 9/30/25.
Imagine homes so well designed and so luxurious, they'll be setting the standard for decades. You're imagining a Mainview home. Now imagine a Mainview home on sale, saving $50,000 to $120,000.
Isn't that what Brett and Amy bought?
Yeah, it's a Mainview, and they saved a bundle.
What are you doing?
Looking at the Mainview website. It's now or never.
What's better than a Mainview home? A Mainview home on sale. Mainview communities across the Puget Sound.
Well, I know we talked a lot about the big dark, but before it ends, it's the kids back to school. It's rally time, and I encourage everyone to rally around the campaign to keep kids healthy. Here's the truth. Kids need fruits and veggies to grow strong, stay focused, and live healthy lives. But the families are on tight budgets. Those essentials can be out of reach. That's where we come in. Together, the Washington State Department of Health and Safeway need you to help make a difference, making fresh fruits and vegetables accessible to families and kids. Safeway is deeply committed to nourishing our communities. Every dollar donated is another dollar eligible families can use on fresh produce. And with SNAP Produce Match, they can buy twice as much with each dollar. Let's work together to make sure every kid has access to the nutrition they deserve. Next time you're at your neighborhood Safeway, please say yes and check out the Donate to Keep Kids Healthy campaign. Together, we can one bite at a time. Learn more at Safeway and start at Safeway.com/SNAP or on your Safeway for You app.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service.
Really?
Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you. Which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 10/9/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of 1 unlimited intro line apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. 1 discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99, and we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale, now at AutoZone until September 22nd.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Cars for Kids, the easy way to donate your car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.com or 1-877-CARS4KIDS.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Before we get to scenarios, my man D-Dub in Lakewood, you know, D-Dub always texting the show in all caps. D-Dub, why you be doing that? D-Dub says, Nick, you need to lock that sound bite, bro. Talking about Ursula.
Oh, yeah, the Palooza thing? Yeah.
No, I think he's talking about
the bass.
The big
Oh, yeah. Those deep tones.
All right, scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
I met a guy on a dating app. Let's be real. Everybody's doing that these days. We've been seeing each other, and I'm pretty happy. But I've never seen where he lives. He always picks me up for dates, and we wind up back at my apartment. I think it's obvious that he's avoiding his place. I can't figure out why. What you say for, Ursula? Come on now.
It is.
Come on now.
Listen,
I've talked to my girlfriends about it, and they all have crazy theories like he's married, he lives with a girl, he lives with his mom, he has a crappy place, he has OCD, etc. I did suggest that we have dinner at his place once, and he laughed and said it was a mess and wouldn't want to subject me to his place. Now, what do you guys think? Is it normal? Is it a normal guy thing? Or should I believe my paranoid friends? 888-973-5476. Now, wait, before Ursula goes now. Ursula's about to speak on something that you don't really, you know.
That I don't know about?
I ain't say that. I'm just saying, sometimes the fellas don't want to bring you back to the crib.
Oh, I know about that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know about that.
Hey, what'd you think?
And so there could be a whole number of reasons. So if this is early on, okay. But if
when you say early on,
like,
how long?
For a couple of dates, or if you're
couple
thinking,
days?
okay, if you're thinking that okay, this is going to be someone that I say I'm gonna be monogamous with. Yeah. This is gonna be someone that I'm gonna date longer term.
Yeah.
And he's still not letting you into his house. Yeah, there's something weird. Something he's not telling you. And if it's my house is messy, I don't want you to see it. Well, then clean the dang house up.
We're busy.
Or
we're busy. We're busy. I'm just saying.
Sorry.
Look, sometimes.
Or this is my reality. I'm busy. My house is not clean. And you know what? The person you're dating may be okay and understanding. It's like, okay, that's fine. But I don't want to have these kind of suspicions. If your gut is telling you he is hiding something, listen to your gut. If you still have that feeling after you say, hey, I would like to have a chance to be at your house.
Yeah, if your gut is telling you that, you need to get some probiotics.
Okay, why?
How about just some more fiber in our diets?
Why?
Oh my gosh. So here's the problem: she's not listening to her gut. Her friends know what's going on. There are really only three options here.
Yeah.
A, he's embarrassed of his pad. B, he's with another woman and she lives there. Or C, he's homeless. Like, that's legitimately a possibility. Maybe he sleeps in his car. Who knows? But you got to ask. Why not just ask the guy? Because you're scared to find the answer out. That's why.
I just want to just say, if you rack them and stack them, Lily and I now have been together for a long time. But before we were together, she only been to my crib one time.
Okay.
Once. By the way, when
before you were together?
No. Like,
when you said, okay, we're going to just date each other.
But you know what's interesting? Yeah. The one time she came to the crib.
Yeah, did you clean up? Or did you say just don't look in the closets?
No, but here's what was interesting. Vito, my cat.
Yes.
You know. You've never met Vito.
I've never seen him.
You've never seen him?
No. We've been to your house, but we've never seen Vito.
Vito came out and hung with Lillian that one time.
And you're like,
Vito knew. Well, she's
like,
also such a lovely person and very much a cat lover.
She is, but animals don't really love her like that. Not for Vito to come on out on the first try. You know what I mean? But Ursula, this doesn't always be a negative thing. Usually, if the guy
it's a negative thing if it starts bothering you.
Well, first of all, it's 2025. If he's married, that's easy to figure out, right? That's one. But two, most of the time, the guy is one or two things. One, he lives with his mama and daddy, or it's just his.
And you should know that too.
Or his crib ain't too kosher.
Okay. Did you hear how your attitude was? He lives with mom and dad. What were you just talking about yesterday? And generational.
I
gave a shout out.
But
I know what you're saying.
Even though
there's different reasons where you're living at home. Yes, if he's not financially stable.
Now, all you got to do is rule all those things out. I've learned from Ursula.
And how do you do that?
Communication.
Thank you.
Hey,
That's
listen,
exactly what you need to do.
Are you married? No? Oh, okay. You haven't brought me over to your house.
Exactly. Have that conversation.
Who you live with? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I would suggest not doing it in that kind of accusatory tone. Who are you living with?
DW in Lakewood says maybe he's the Prince of Zamunda. If you know, you know. Nick, what do you got?
Well, you know, it's not a problem to be hanging at one place in a two-sided relationship if the reason is out there in the open. If he's swimming around this reason, laughing it off, always alluding to going over to your crib, reach the point where you're asking what's going on, or else you're going to just keep the suspicion in and never find out, which I don't recommend. I'm a fan of transparency for the two, so start probing what his case is before you start with your guessing. And maybe you could try one of Ursula's darker tones, like, hey, why don't you just invite me over to your place?
I love
good
it.
stuff.
Okay, text us 888-973-5476, 888-9073.
Okay, now listen, Ursula.
Susan in Briar says, I'm cut from the same sunny day fabric as you. I'm going to call this upcoming time of year sleeping sun season. See? Susan, you're on it.
All right, Ursula, listen.
Yeah.
It's the 11 o'clock hour.
Yes.
I'm rounding third.
Yes.
I think a lot of listener is Friday.
Yes.
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
So I'm asking now, what kind of news you going to have for us at 11?
We're going to have, we're going to have our top stories.
Oh,
we're going to have our top stories.
okay.
We will bring you the latest on what is going on, what is the reaction, what do we know about the suspect who is expected to be charged now on Tuesday in the murder of Charlie Kirk. So we will get into that. I would like to share a few more of the text messages. We had such positive conversation in the 10 o'clock hour. If you missed any of that, go back on our podcast, which you can find on mynorthwest.com, or you can also check out the KIRO Radio app.
Well, the texters, they want to know. They're like, Ursula, can you do all that in like 5 minutes? And then you want
to have fun.
Yeah, it's 11, y'all.
Okay, can I include, though, the story about how Pierce County is not cracking down on anyone breaking traffic laws right now? I need to talk about that coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, too.
Yeah, we should maybe do that. Hey, coming up next, more of the Gee Ursula Show.
Upgrade your home comfort and save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great savings plus free financing on heat pumps, water heaters, generators, and more, our award-winning team has what you need to stay cozy this chilly season at a cost you're comfortable with. Voted best in the Pacific Northwest, we're honored to be your dedicated home comfort company since 1957. Call Bob's and save today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill. But those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in. Cool as can be. Tap GoodRx. Saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
The absolute best savings on a hot tub aren't at the fair. They're at Olympic Hot Tub. Get a truly untoppable deal. Purchase a saltwater hot spring spa and get a Lux Smart Top hardcover free. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-266-3845. Again, that's 800-266-3845. 800-266-3845.
At Kia of Everett, we make leasing your new Kia simple, easy, and fun. Now through September 30th, lease a 2026 Kia EV9 Lite Long Range for just $249 a month for 24 months with $49.99 due at signing.
Lease payment on approved credit with Kia Finance America plus tax after $13,500 Kia Finance America 24-month lease cash and Kia of Everett discount of $3,322. Quoted payment is before monthly sales tax and fees. Select vehicles only, subject to prior sale. See dealer for full details.
The best drive you'll ever take is to Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun.
Tired of uneven home heating and high energy bills? The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Christopher Cruz. The man accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk is at this hour being held without bail at the Utah County Jail. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson will likely face capital murder charges next week. Officials say Robinson had told his family he opposed Kirk's conservative viewpoints. CBS's Carter Evans reports from Utah on the suspect's rapid identification and arrest.
They got 11,000 tips, and they had an army of people here to follow up on them. Did one of those tips identify this individual? Were they closing in on him, or was it simply a matter of his father convincing him to turn himself in late last night? That's something we're going to get a better idea of over the weekend once they complete these charging documents.
CBS News has confirmed that Robinson's father recognized his son in the pictures of the suspect that had been circulating and urged his son to turn himself in, and that Tyler Robinson confessed to his father that he had shot Kirk. Utah Governor Spencer Cox is remembering what Kirk once told him about violence.
He said, what we as a culture have to get back to is being able to have a reasonable agreement, where violence is not an option.
CBS's Natalie Brand.
Governor going on to say that this is our moment. Do we escalate or find an off-ramp? And it comes, as you know, we've learned, a number of elected officials and lawmakers who are going to have political rallies over the weekend are now choosing to postpone them, trying to come up with security plans in light of just the shock and grief that has really overtaken the nation.
After President Trump's announcement that he was sending National Guard troops to Memphis, some residents weighed in.
They're going to bring chaos because people feel like they're being targeted at that point.
The police ain't fixed the crime, and they paid to do it. What is the National Guard coming here going to do?
Tennessee's Republican Governor Bill Lee says he'll be speaking with Trump this afternoon about the plan to send guardsmen to Memphis. The Democratic mayor of Shelby County, which includes Memphis, says he's not happy about the president's plan. The EV startup Rivian is recalling 24,000 vehicles because of a problem with the hands-free driving system. Details from WWJ Autobeat reporter Jeff Gilbert in Detroit.
The software in some 2025 Rivian SUVs and pickups may not adequately identify other vehicles. That prompted one low-speed crash without an injury. Rivian has come up with a software fix, and it is already being distributed as an over-the-air update.
The Dow is down less than 0.5% at this hour. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The FAA is hitting Boeing with a proposed multi-million-dollar fine. But first, let's get to KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Travel times are average for this time of day. Everett to Seattle, about 27 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle, about 38. Renton to Bellevue, about 27. And this traffic report is brought to you by ProSculpt. ProSculpt, the one-day permanent fat loss and skin tightening solution for men and women, offered by New Skin Med Spa in Bellevue. Book your free consultation at prosculpt.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. The FAA just dropped a proposed $3.1 million bombshell on Boeing, citing series of safety violations. This includes issues linked back to the January 2024 Alaska Airlines door plug blowout. Investigators found hundreds of quality control failures at Boeing's 737 factory and accused the company of pressuring staff to approve unsafe planes. Boeing has about 30 days to respond to the charges. The price tag to build Link Light Rail service between West Seattle and downtown has leapt to a staggering $800 million in just the past year. KIRO News Radio's Corin Hake has the latest.
From $7.1 billion to as high as $7.9 billion. The new figure is based on revised construction and property acquisition costs. Seattle City Council President Sarah Nelson tells KIRO News Radio,
I am extremely concerned that we are not going to be able to fulfill our commitment to the voters who voted for Sound Transit 3 precisely because of the Ballard and West Seattle extension.
The 4.2-mile West Seattle line is set to open in 2032. Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
Washington Democrat U.S. Senator Patty Murray is calling for an inspector general investigation into the ousting of top CDC officials, including Director Susan Menares under Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
He has been methodically dismantling our public health system. Consequences be damned.
Kennedy said earlier this month, we are the sickest country in the world. That's why we have to fire people at the CDC. They did not do their job. Murray wants Kennedy to testify before the U.S. Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions. Menares will appear before the committee on September 17th. And for the second night in a row, the Mariners win in a walk-off fashion.
Lugo backs up. He makes the catch. Polanco tagging. Here comes the throw. Polanco steaming home. He slides. He's safe as the Mariners win.
That is Mariners broadcaster Gary Hill Jr. on the call. Seattle is currently on a 6-game win streak. They will look to stay hot tonight as they take on the Anaheim Angels at T-Mobile Park at 7:10. You can listen to the game on our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine with highs in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 61 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Good morning, everybody. It's the Gee and Ursula Show, and you know what it is? It's Fresh Fridays. Happy September 12th. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning to you. Coming up at 11:30, of course, we're going to be doing Agree to Disagree. As always, we invite you to join us on our text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Again, if you've missed any part of our show today, I would just especially invite you to listen back to some of our earlier segments. We heard from a lot of you, our regular listeners, who called in the 10 o'clock hour. You did a beautiful job of starting the conversation about where do we go from here? How do we try to bridge the divide that is really plaguing this beautiful country of ours? And so I want to continue that conversation on our text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Ursula, growing up, did you ever watch Inspector Gadget?
No.
Well, anyway, one of my favorite cartoons. And there was a time that if a certain time, if the time limit happens, he'll self-destruct.
Okay, is that where you're at right now?
Yep.
Okay, it's Friday, it's 11 o'clock. So we're going to help G keep it together. Okay, we have some news to get into. Okay, let's do it.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Okay, how about starting with this one? Where can you be virtually assured that you will not get a speeding ticket right now?
Where?
Pierce County.
What's going on?
Okay, the county council heard from the sheriff's office. Apparently, staffing is so depleted that they have virtually zero traffic enforcement right now. Pierce County Sheriff Sergeant Sean Darby spoke to this with Como's Jeremy Harris.
People know that there's no traffic enforcement going on within Pierce County, and they speed.
Sergeant Sean Darby says the sheriff's office is down 30 deputies and anticipates losing more to other agencies with higher pay.
We have a staffing crisis.
How much proactive traffic enforcement is the sheriff's office doing right now?
Next to nothing.
Ooh. Okay, you live in Pierce County.
Yeah.
Okay, don't.
I do live in
take
Pierce
advantage
County.
of that.
I'm not going to take advantage of it, but you all just heard it firsthand. You heard that right now the Pierce County Sheriff's Department is losing officers. Let me give you here pretty soon, they about to lose more. And when they say about competing, right up the road is Tacoma PD, Tacoma Police, where you can probably make more money and you can actually work for a boss that is better suited for law enforcement. So yeah, get ready. You will hear about, and I got this firsthand information, by the way, you will hear about folks leaving the Pierce County Sheriff's Department to head over to another agency to,
they're already that's already happening.
Because you got that lateral, right?
Yeah, that's happening.
You get the lateral bonus that happens and all that.
In fact, Sergeant Darby said he told the county council they're bleeding. Deputies are leaving. Just in the past month, they've lost 5 very tenured officers to the city of Tacoma. They anticipate losing another 4 or 5. And at the beginning of next year, they will be 30% behind the city of Tacoma for the starting level pay. Yeah. Also want to point out that they are in the middle of contract negotiations.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and by the way, this is why it is important for the Pierce County Sheriff to not just remain provocative. See, when you get on social media and you want to be provocative and you want to try to talk about all of these topics, you want to talk about the mayor of Seattle, hey, sometimes it's like Lois in your neighborhood that's always nosy, worrying about everybody else, but Lois manned and left her. Yeah. Lois is always talking about other people's houses and neighborhoods. Meanwhile, they can't take care of their own self. Again, the truth never expires, and we will continue to hear about people leaving the Pierce County Sheriff's Department. But he can continue to stay on social media and talk about being provocative.
Yeah, JLV and Puyallup says our sheriff is nuts. Can't blame the deputies for leaving.
No, nobody want to work for him.
If you're not proud of your boss, and then the neighboring city is paying, what did they say? How much more? Well, they're going to basically give a big fat bonus if
Tacoma has a $50,000 lateral.
Yeah, $50,000
but the
lateral.
Pierce County Sheriff's Department
Yowzers.
does have a $25,000 lateral.
Okay, and then they're pointing out again that and I feel for them. And we have said it over and over again. You live in Pierce County, that the sheriff's deputies do a great job.
Oh, they do
they do a great job. And
they do a fantastic job.
So here's the thing: Pierce County Executive Ryan Mello says the county doesn't have the budget to give these large raises. And also want to say that back in June, the Sheriff's Guild unanimously or almost unanimously turned down the county's offer of a 10% raise that would have been spread over 3 years. So the county executive is saying the contract is similar to what's happening in other counties like Snohomish County, Spokane County, Clark County, but the sheriff's union in Pierce County is saying, no, we are losing too many. And right now, it's a free-for-all when it comes to traffic enforcement because there isn't any.
Take less vacations, stay off social media, and maybe worry about what's going on with the Pierce County Sheriff's Department.
Okay, let's move on to the topic of shooter drills because Marie Gluesenkamp Perez, the congresswoman who represents the Southwest Washington district there in the Vancouver area, says that parents should have the right to opt their kids out of active shooter drills at schools. So she shared that her 3-year-old son came home from daycare talking about shooting bad guys after one of those drills. And she says parents she has spoken with are worried about the impact that these drills have on kids. And right now in many states, including Washington, there's no way to opt out. So her bill would block federal funding for schools that mandate student participation in shooter drills without giving parents that choice. and the measure passed on a bipartisan voice vote in committee. But right now, just so you know, in Washington, schools do have to hold those monthly safety drills. I mean, many of our kids today only know school to have those kind of safety drills. So what do you think? Are you with her?
I am not with her because there has been no changes. We are continuing to hear and see about school shootings. Did we have a school shooting this week?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did. It would be the equivalent of back in the 70s and 80s, Ursula telling your parent, telling the school, hey, my child, I don't want them to do a fire alarms drill because, it's just too much. Unfortunately, this is where we are. Having these drills are important. I wish we didn't have to have them. I wish kids, as a matter of fact, just so you know, I don't know what a drill like this looks like. Ursula, you ever been part of a drill?
No.
No, neither have I.
That wasn't part of my.
But these,
I do know what fire drills were for
fire
sure.
drills,
Yeah.
but not the, but these kids.
This has become this horrible, sad reality.
Yeah.
And to help bolster, I guess, the Congresswoman's point, there are studies that say that these drills are linked to higher rates of stress and depression and physical health issues. But you know what else adds to that?
What's that?
The idea that someone could come into your school and harm a lot of or kill a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And so I wish that the more energy would be put on preventing school shootings. Mm-hmm. More of the energy needs to go there versus, we're going to now change things so that you can opt out.
Mm-hmm. We agree on this, huh?
Yeah, but again, I mean, at a certain age, I would understand. Maybe at 3, they don't need to, or, if she's talking about her 3-year-old son asking about this.
Well, these 3-year-olds, they're in school.
I see her point.
I mean, I do see her point.
Here's the thing. There is no research that has found that school shooter drills have either stopped or reduced the lethality of a school shooting. There have been a couple cases, like I think one at the Michigan University or something, where, people got in place and it may have limited a couple deaths. But I can't think of it. Can you think of a single case where it's like, whew, thank goodness they locked the school? I mean, look at what happened down in Uvalde. Like, everybody's locked down in the classroom. Doors are locked. Tons of people.
That was an abysmal failure in terms of response.
Period.
Uvalde is a rough one to talk about. I don't know that we can really. We have to admit that some lives have been saved because of this. Now, not enough, but we can agree that because of these drills.
Yeah, and what you do, and sadly, there are things that you have to do so that, for example, law enforcement doesn't confuse you for someone who might have been involved in that shooting. I mean, there are things that you have to do. Right? I mean, and unfortunately, so many kids today know exactly what it is that you have to do. It's automatic.
It's funny you said, Ursula, I'll raise my hand, and Chef, you probably know. I don't know what these drills entail. Amy in Redmond just texts and says, in kindergarten, my son's drills involved sitting against the wall and trying to be as small as possible. Mm-hmm. It made me feel so bad picturing him doing this.
Yeah.
Do you know about your kids' drills?
In Washington State, they can't do active simulations. So in some states, you will literally have people with fake guns going through the school. It happens as a surprise, and everyone's supposed to. That's not legal here, and they're supposed to be age appropriate. But still, how many kids do you talk to and you ask them what they think about school shootings? They're like, I go to school and I worry about getting shot. When statistically, the likelihood of that is so small. Mm-hmm. And we reinforce the sense of fear in our kids if they are constantly drilling like they are going to be shot. Like they're stepping into a freaking war zone in the classroom.
Chef,
yeah.
Does Matthew talk about this?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. I was just wondering.
No, I think he'd probably think it was kind of cool because it involved guns and he's a boy at that age,
and also a reason to get out of the classroom.
But if we're gonna allow people to opt out of sex ed, right? Like I think it's dumb. Like your kids need to learn about it. It's age appropriate, whatever. Yeah. But we allow people to do that, and we don't. Taking away federal funding, though, that seems like a step too far.
That is exactly okay. Maybe I can be convinced that allow your kids to be opted out. I would still, they would still be included if in fact it happened and they had to do something.
We have a homework assignment.
Okay.
Our good buddy Mac in Bellevue just texted in talking about active shooter drills. Says you two need to go to a police agency and volunteer as an actor to experience that training.
Oh. Okay, that's a great idea. But we're adults.
That's training as a responder or an adult, because that's different than what happens in schools, I believe.
Yeah, so I can see. I love that idea. I love going on field trips, first of all, and doing these and finding out for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of Alice on Vashon points out, Colorado school this week, lockdown saved lives. True.
Are they monthly? Because 425 just texted in and says monthly school shooting drills is too much, but they should do it like once a semester or quarter. How often do they do them?
I'm going to have to ask some kids too, because personally, if I was in school shooting drills and my instruction was to sit against the wall and act small, that would make me feel like, okay, I'm a sitting duck here. And if somebody happens to get in this room,
and then 360 texted in. I feed off of
what people are saying.
What people are saying, and 360 says the minute we don't do these kind of drills and something happens, then they're going to be sued for not having those drills.
I gotta say this. When we first started talking about this, I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Now that we've been talking about it, I almost can kind of see that side now.
You know what helped me?
This can be traumatic for kids to keep going through.
Yeah, the mom who said that she had to picture her son being
acting.
when you're
small.
talking about 5, and I think there's something that's more age appropriate too, and it needs to be age appropriate. And maybe that So anyway,
I got one text I have to read though.
Okay.
I tell my daughter, this is 253, I tell my daughter, if there's ever an active shooter and you have an opportunity to get outside, get out as fast as you can. I don't care what the teacher says, get out. Don't become a fish in a barrel. And that is what I would tell my son too, but that's also not what they teach in active shooter drills usually. But it's lockdown in the classroom, right?
Yeah. So are you teaching them to go against what
is statistically the safest thing to do?
Yes.
Look, I don't know if that's a good idea to go against what the experts tell you.
That's what's safe for that's what's safest for every person in the school.
Yeah.
If there's 1,200 kids and everyone's mobbing out, that's horribly unsafe.
Exactly. And so what if everyone in the school got that same advice and everyone did that and the teachers are trying to figure out, how do we say that? Would be chaos.
That would be chaos.
That would absolutely be chaos. Okay, federal charges are expected to be filed early next week against that 22-year-old Utah man who's suspected of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk. His name is Tyler Robinson. He's being held without bail. Investigators do believe he acted alone with no additional arrests expected anyway, but Utah's Governor Spencer Cox did call the investigation ongoing. I want to mention something about Governor Cox before I go on.
Okay.
I think that he has handled this as well as any political leader I've seen, how to handle something so horrific like this. And I think his messaging has been on point. And during today's news conference, the governor named one factor that he believes is ripping Americans apart and fueling the fires of hatred. And he says that is social media.
This is not good for us. It is not good to consume. Social media is a cancer on our society right now. And I would encourage people to log off, turn off, touch grass, hug a family member, go out and do good in your community. That is happening, and it's happening organically right now. I had a friend in a small city in Utah who said, we're getting together, the Republicans and Democrats in my little town are getting together to have a discussion last night, just to find a way to find their better angels.
Okay. I love what he's saying. Love what the governor is saying. He's talking about social media. Now, when I hear the governor say that, I say to myself, the next time that the president of the United States uses social media and weaponizes it towards a certain group, then what do you say, Governor? You can't say anything. None of us can say anything because that's the sad reality that we are in right now. I think what he said is great.
Yeah. And you know what? If we're not living every minute on social media, we're not going to see what some of those messages are. I think that would be his point. Right? You and I have to consume.
That was a swing and a miss.
Yeah,
right
I
there,
know.
Ursula.
You and I have to consume social media all the time.
We do. And again, there's been people texting in. I actually agree with the folks texting in. I agree with this governor. I do think social media is a big bag problem. I do think social media, there's a lot of bullies on there that use it to weaponize, marginalize people. So, yeah. I guess.
And I think that's one of the things that's right now.
So do you think
fueling?
Do you think the rhetoric will die down after today? You think after today, the rhetoric will die?
It will. Okay, no.
Okay.
It will if each and every one of us plays a role in it.
Elon Musk, he won't use his Twitter because he owns X.
No,
he won't utilize it to say about going to war. Right?
We don't have a control over what Elon Musk says.
Okay.
We do have control over how much we support him, whether it's whatever, or
he owns the platform. This is the owner of the platform.
I know. You know what I've done?
What'd you do?
Deleted X. I don't see what Elon Musk says. I only see it when you send me something. I'm just saying that I think that there's something to what the governor is saying. Social media has been so harmful. And maybe part of the answer is how much of it we consume. Okay, I mean, that's just, I'm throwing it out there. I know this is supposed to be rounding out third base, heading to home run.
I'm back on first base now. I was about to be up out of the stadium.
Okay.
All right.
Text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
All right.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes. KIRO Newsradio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO Newsradio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO Newsradio. 97.3 FM, powered by MyNorthwest.com.
Summer can be the best time of the year, but if it's not feeling good in your house, if it's turning into an oven, some of the problems might be because you don't have enough insulation in your crawl space or attic. In fact, many homes in our region have damaged insulation or even none at all. Yeah, it's Mike Salk here, and you got to get somebody to check on it. That's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and do a full corner-to-corner inspection of your crawl space and attic. And if it turns out that you've got a problem with your insulation and maybe that's leading to bigger energy bills, guess what? Local utility companies have special incentives to help with the cost of getting your house properly insulated. In fact, if you're a PSC customer and your home was built before 1990, you could qualify to receive a rebate on up to 95% of the cost to get your attic properly insulated. Yep, 95%. Call Crawl Pros if you're worried about critters, mold, water damage, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic. Schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
If you're a veteran struggling with your monthly bills, VA loan expert Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage has some good news for you.
Rates have dropped recently, and this could be a great time for our veterans to think about a cash-out refinance to get out of your high-interest rate debt. For example, one of our clients had a 2.25% VA loan, but he owed more than $155,000 on credit cards and a home equity loan. So we paid off all of that debt and replaced his mortgage with a VA cash-out refinance. And the new VA loan saved him $1,268 per month. So give us a call and see if a VA cash-out refi can help save you money. And remember, with a VA loan, you can buy a home with no money down.
And you can help non-veterans as well.
That's right. If you have a conventional loan, we'll run the numbers and see if we can help save you money, too.
Honest advice you can trust from the VA loan experts, Best Mortgage. Call now, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
Thinking of a Kia EV? Act fast. Thousands in tax credits end September 30th. Visit KiaVeverett.com for our huge selection. Kia Everett. Simple, easy, fun.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gouchard.
In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie.
The suspect arrested and accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been identified by officials as 22-year-old Utah resident Tyler Robinson. Police say he was turned in by family members. President Trump and Vice President Vance both have close connections to Kirk, as CBS's Aaron Navarro explains.
Vice President Vance privately met with Kirk's family, had Kirk's casket loaded on the Air Force Two and transported it back from Utah to his home in Phoenix. You saw a friend of Kirk and a Turning Point USA member, Tyler Bowyer, post a video of that on social media and thank Vice President Vance for, quote, bringing our hero home.
Meanwhile, President Trump says he's sending the National Guard to Memphis.
We're going to Memphis. Memphis is
that's the next city.
Deeply troubled. And the mayor is happy. He's a Democrat mayor. The mayor is happy. And the governor, Tennessee. The governor is happy.
But some in Tennessee oppose the idea, like local pastor Earl Fisher.
I think you'll see far too many of them in places like North Memphis and South Memphis and heavily black populations.
The president has also suggested other Democrat-controlled cities for troop deployment, including Baltimore and New York. Meanwhile, the Federal Aviation Administration has proposed more than $3 million in fines against Boeing.
This is related to the incident in January 2024, where a door plug blew off on Alaska Airlines 737 MAX mid-flight. The FAA says investigators identified hundreds of quality system violations at Boeing's factory here in Renton and with a major subcontractor. Investigators also say Boeing employees pressured other workers involved in safety and oversight programs to sign off on a 737 MAX so the company could meet its delivery schedule, even though it was determined the plane didn't meet standards. Jillian Raftery for KIRO Newsradio.
The Seattle Seahawks take on the Steelers on Sunday. Coach Mike McDonald says they're ready to redeem their loss to the 49ers last week, even without the home field advantage.
It's a home opener. It's a great atmosphere to play a football game. The place is bumping, and they're an opportunistic group as well. So we got to take care of the ball. We got to attack it on defense and on our cover teams.
You can catch all the action right here on KIRO News Radio. Kickoff is at 10 a.m. And now for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Katrina. Not much happening at the moment. South 5 heading into Seattle does jam up just briefly up there in Northgate, but you'll start thinning out around 92nd, and then you're in the clear by the time you reach the Ship Canal Bridge. Linwood to Seattle is going to take you 20 minutes. North 5 is getting thick just past the Michigan curve up to I-90. Those lake bridges are wide open. Both directions of 405, you're looking good from Linwood all the way to South Center. JBLM, South 5 does have about a 3-mile backup there at the main gate. Tacoma to Olympia will take you 45 minutes. Having your vehicle serviced is our stress-free promise at Subaru of Puyallup with convenient service hours from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing sunshine with highs in the low 70s today. Right now, it's about 63 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. We are rounding out our Friday edition.
I like that song. What's that song called?
Levitating. It'll do a Lipa there.
Yeah, I like that song.
I try and keep it fresh for this upcoming segment. You know.
Yes, for sure. Our upcoming segment is our Agree to Disagree segment, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
First, they came for the styrofoam. Then they came for the plastic bags. Then for the plastic straws. And now, Tofino, the town of Tofino up in Canada, is the first in their country to ban single-use plastic water bottles. So, you know, those giant packs you get at Costco?
Yeah.
You cannot sell them anywhere in the city starting next Earth Day. So, G,
yes.
What do you think about banning the single-use plastic water bottles?
Well, this is up in Canada, right?
Yes.
Did they say sorry?
News Boss is officially closed.
Listen, I don't care. As long as I can still get my 40-pack at the same price. Make it glass, make it plastic. Let me get that same price. By the way,
if it's glass, it's not going to be the same price.
It's not going to be. And Ursula.
And it's going to be a lot heavier.
Can you a lot heavier. And by the way, shout out to anybody that right now, if right now you in your house, there's some water bottles that's on the floor right now and not put in your refrigerator. Shout out to all of you. But Ursula, I need to ask you a question because you are a soda aficionado.
Sadly, yes.
Why? Why does soda taste so much better out of the glass bottle?
It does? I drink it out of a can.
Oh, gosh,
so
yes.
I'm not that much of an aficionado.
Does it taste better out of a glass bottle?
It's you like that original. There's probably some kind of reason why, you know, the glass versus plastic and what happens with the plastic.
So good.
Yes. So I don't, I'm not as much of an aficionado that I will try to get the Coke in a glass. I know that people say, and it's got to be the original Coke and blah, 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 blah. I'm not that person.
Okay.
I just like my diet root beers, okay? Barks in particular.
Is that your Barks?
Yeah, yes. Okay, but back to the plastic bottles question.
Yeah.
Do you know that in the U.S. alone, more than 60 million plastic bottles are discarded daily, and most of them ending up in landfills? And generally, they stay there for centuries. Okay. I say that because I know what I should be saying, which would be, yeah, we can do away with plastic bottles.
Right.
If you don't give people that option, then they will adjust to something else. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, I am guilty of buying plastic water bottles. Look, and you know what I hate about the plastic water bottles? And here's where I can do better, too. I'm just going to throw it out there. You know when you have a party and you offer drinks, including water bottles?
Yeah.
And do you know how many times I see water bottles opened with 3 sips taken out?
You want to know why that is? Let me tell you what happens. Look, Lily and I, and by the way, Lily has a friend, Cheryl, who is nuts when it comes to, she has the marker. As soon as you grab it, she has you got to have the marker. Because most of the time, you go to take a sip, you put it down, 3 other people put it down, and you don't know which one's yours.
So if I'm putting down markers, then I feel better about it because then I'm not contributing as much to this environmental situation.
Nothing bothered me more. I'm with plastic bags, took them away. Okay, good. Can we all agree the straws was ridiculous?
Yeah, I agree with President Trump.
That is the worst thing. If there's anything that we can all get together and get behind on, the
Chef's
paper
gonna
straws.
find a reason. The paper straws are terrible.
Chef, you like paper straws?
No, I don't like paper straws. I'm upset with any place that is so cheap that they will not buy the non-plastic straws that actually hold together. The paper ones are utter trash. I completely agree with you. On the water bottle thing, I say heck yeah. For a couple reasons. Like, I know people who that is all the water that they consume is out of single-use plastic bottles. And you look at their recycling bin, and it is just stacked. And it's crazy. They're garbage, and they leach plastic. Like, literally, they leach microplastics into your body, especially if you, like, leave that thing in your car in the sun. It's super bad for you.
Yeah, if we really understood what goes on. It's like convenience is, unfortunately, overshadowing so many good decisions.
Ursula, can we jump in a trust tree? I got a question to ask in front of everybody.
Okay.
So I noticed, since doing the show, you love your soda. And when Lily and I, we got together,
my diet
when we got together, she drank a lot of soda.
Uh-huh.
But now,
she
over time, she does it because of me and the water and everything.
Yes.
What is it about the soda in y'all, Y'all be drinking a lot of soda?
I think for a lot of people. For me?
Yeah, because you literally the same thing.
For me, it has nothing to do with our delegation. You're wondering if it's kind of an... No. For me, it's like a treat.
Okay.
And I know it's not great for you. I know, and the diet, it's not about being on a diet.
Yeah.
I just don't want to add... If I'm going to have that little burst of sugar...
Okay. You want to be ice cream or something?
Yeah, and I don't even do that much of that. So for me, it's almost like a treat.
It's a habit, too.
And it is a habit. It is habit.
Is it like a cigarette?
I'm going to tell you, it's something about, I don't smoke, I don't drink, but I will have my diet sodas.
When I leave and go out of town to go work, Lillian loads up on soda.
Hey,
okay,
everybody acts a little different when their partner's out of town.
I'm going to do a shout out to my husband. Again, long live Mark.
What?
When he goes to the store and he sees the Diet Barks, he'll get me a couple of cases. Love him.
And
he doesn't drink that much soda.
And when he comes home with it, are you happy?
Yes. I'm like, dude, thank you.
The little extras your partner likes, right? What?
Wait. The extras that she likes? Lily she just likes
jewelry.
She just likes food.
Yes.
Yeah.
She likes food.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I tell her, especially if I say, hey, you know what? You want to go have some Korean food today? Oh, gosh, she loves that.
Oh,
what's your favorite soda, Chef?
Coke. Easy.
Nick, what's your favorite soda?
Classic guy, either Coke or Sprite, depending on my mood.
Nobody does a Sprite better than McDonald's.
Oh yeah, straight out of the fountain. Got that extra sparkle.
And when that Sprite hits you, Ursula, and you go to hit your neck.
Yeah, but it has to be the perfect temperature and right there. You cannot wait 5 minutes because 5 minutes it tastes different.
When you get it, if you get it in a drive-through, you got to take that first sip.
Sometimes go.
Yep.
All right. text messages, feedback, and then we'll have Ursula's Words to Live By. Gee and Ursula.
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Number 96, Cortez Kennedy. He was as wide as he was tall, and he was in the backfield terrorizing quarterbacks and throwing them to the ground before they knew what hit them.
The Seahawks hit the road for the first time this season in hostile Pittsburgh. Seahawks, Steelers, Sunday. Kickoff at 10 a.m.
Since the beginning, KIRO is where Seattle and the Pacific Northwest have heard the Seahawks play. Here's to the next 50 years.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh
since 1909.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Imagine homes so well designed and so luxurious, they'll be setting the standard for decades. You're imagining a Mainview home. Now imagine a Mainview home on sale, saving $50,000 to $120,000.
Isn't that what Brett and Amy bought?
Yeah, it's a Mainview, and they saved a bundle.
What are you doing?
Looking at the Mainview website. It's now or never.
What's better than a Mainview home? A Mainview home on sale. Mainview communities across the Puget Sound.
It's Gee and Ursula. Rob and Everett said, Gee, did you turn off News Boss? Let me tell you something, Rob. That thing was shut off a long time ago. Chef had to print out the stuff for your boy.
The better question, I might have used my deep voice on this. Gee, did you ever have News Boss turned on? Was it ever open? You know what, though? You don't need News Boss. It's all good. I got it. I've got it.
Oh.
Okay. We have... Our text line was extremely full today. We've only picked a few. And just know that we are reading you. We are hearing you. Again, want to thank all of you who participated in today's show. And I say participated because you called in, and I told everybody off the air, and I want to say it on the air. Yeah. That was the best call-in segment we've had.
It really was. And by the way, somebody probably heard Ursula says, we are reading you. And you probably said, oh, Ursula, you didn't mean to say that. No, That's how Ursula is. Yeah. Ursula she reads everybody.
Yes. And I'm also reading your text.
What's my aura, Ursula?
Your aura today, you're feeling like we accomplished something today that I hope we can continue.
Accurate.
That's the aura.
I meant a color.
Oh.
Just kidding.
All right, Ursula, what we got?
Okay. 206 on the latest with the investigation into the Charlie Kirk murder and the arrest of a 22-year-old. And we had this conversation, where can we go from here? I only took excerpts because it was a much longer text, so I want to say that first. But 206 said, I feel that one of the greatest injustices is to be mischaracterized. Regarding Charlie Kirk, he was such a great American, which is why so many have come to his defense. Some of his statements, when taken in isolation, certainly sound dubious, but when reviewed in context, his intent is clear. For example, the clip about stoning homosexuals, he was simply pointing out that biblical verses cannot be used in isolation. Again,
God's perfect law.
There's some editing here because I couldn't get all of it, but she says, Charlie Kirk will be best known as someone who believed violence can be avoided through respectful debate. The country has lost someone great, and thank you for taking comments. And my response was, I did listen. We have never really mentioned Charlie Kirk on this show. Maybe once or twice, right? We really haven't brought him up on this show in 6 years.
Nope.
Because we don't like to play outrage bait.
But right. We know exactly who he is.
Right. And I will say again that in listening to some of the excerpts, it didn't change my mind necessarily about him, but that doesn't take away from what we have said about violence, in this case was certainly not the answer, and we need to do better.
Can I ask a favor?
Yes.
Homework assignment over the weekend.
Yes.
You guys can reach out to me on social media or send it to us on Monday. Do me a favor. Some of you guys are saying that some of this stuff was taken out of context. Do me a favor and send me all or any Charlie Kirk content that talks about him uplifting black people, homosexuals, LGBTQ community, brown people, and all that. And we will play that on the show on Monday. Fair?
And the other challenge that I have, that is fair. Absolutely.
Fair, right?
That is fair.
Okay.
That is fair. And the other challenge that I have is that we just try every single time to do a better job of understanding where somebody is coming from.
I have to add one more thing, because we did not play all of his audio, but to say he did not believe in violence, Charlie Kirk said very, very clearly this June that if they lost the election, it was time to fight, to go to the streets and fight.
Ursula, can you do me a favor and tell the people that you said hold off on the audio today?
I did. I said hold off on audio today. I said hold off on audio yesterday.
Yep.
I said I know we have a lot of audio that I would rather just not play. Okay.
Oh, wait, Ursula, it's time for your Ursula.
Okay. It's almost like I feel like there's just more conversation. This actually was sent to us by Nancy in Yakima.
Oh, I love Nancy.
I do too. And she says, sometimes we forget to thank the people who add joy to our lives simply by existing. So thank you for being such a gift. She sent that to us. I want to send it right back to Nancy and all of you who listen every day, who message us or don't message us, but you listen, you're part of our conversations. You are a gift. Mm-hmm. And Gee, I want to say thank you to you. You shared your heart, and I had tears rolling. I love you, and yes, I want to always hear you.
Appreciate it. Nick, what do you got?
Well, thankfully, we end the week to put our minds at ease after being tested with new cycles reaching high degrees. So join us as we're touching home and heading out the park while we'll slow on down this weary team to brace for that big dark. Or maybe you might call it Gloomapalooza, New Year Park. But if asking Ursula, she'll just call it the Big Dark. I can't guarantee those deep baritones for your delivery, however, so good luck.
All right. I just want to say I have a show advice for you that Ursula will never watch. But on Netflix, there is a show called Animal Kingdom. There's 6 seasons of it. Oh, my goodness. It might be one of my favorite TV shows. Like, I'd say it's definitely top 20 TV show. Like, it is really good. Ellen Barkin is in it, and she is fantastic. Great show. Ursula, great week. Great show today.
Yeah, thank
Happy
you.
Fresh Fridays to you. All right, Chef, what are you going to do this weekend, man?
Whew. I don't even know yet.
Just relax, huh?
Yeah.
Nick, thank you, brother.
You too, man.
The Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. Hey, we appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you had as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
The Big Dark.
Come on, baby, the laughs on me. Stay on the streets of this town, and they'll be carving you up all right. You say you gotta stay hungry.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. Is your siding ready for the wet season? Call 866-ROOF-ROOF for James Hardy Siding. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. Our Go the Extra Mile service means more hustle, less hassle. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the road you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included with every tire we sell. We're talking more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's why you get more from less. Book an appointment at leschwab.com.
You're in your car every day, but when's the last time your car had a checkup? At Subaru of Puyallup, we make it easy with stress-free service. Open 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. Swing by before work, after work, or whenever it fits your schedule. No hassle, no pressure, just expert care on your schedule. Your car deserves it, and so do you. Schedule your appointment today at SubaruofPuyallup.com. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
The insurance world, it can be confusing, so have First Mark Insurance guide you through it by taking the free First Mark Challenge. They'll explore offerings from top carriers for better coverage and lower rates. They save the Heward family thousands. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No. We tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes. Our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first. Because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
KIRO